This is a presentation on Poll Everywhere and how it can be used effectively in the primary school classroom.
What you will learn in this presentation is what is Poll Everywhere and how it works, how to create and participate in polls, how it can be used effectively in the classroom, its strength and how it can support teaching and learning, its implications, cyber safety and cyber ethics, and where to find more information.
Poll Everywhere is an interactive web-based audience response system that provides instant audience feedback that is displayed in real time. There are several versions available, but this presentation is focusing on the free K-12 version. Poll Everywhere is easy to use. The presenter asks the audience a question. The audience is then invited to respond to the question simultaneously by visiting a website or texting a phone number. The results to that question or poll will appear instantly in an animated graph or chart embedded into your presentation. Results update live for all to see. Or you can choose not to display the poll in a PowerPoint, and you can view the results in your own time at the conclusion of your presentation. Participants respond to a poll by visiting a specific website known as your poll URL, or by sending a text message to a short code number. When a poll is active, participants can respond to it by typing the poll URL into a web browser. An example of what this would look like is included in this slide.
There are many different types of polls in Poll Everywhere. To begin with, you have multiple choice, you have word clouds, questions and answers, clickable images, surveys, open-ended question, and competitions. Different types of polls can be used in the classroom. Formative assessments. Know how the entire class is feeling, not just the most vocal. You can gauge comprehension quickly and easily without putting anyone on the spot. Can also be used for anonymous discussions. Can promote empathy in the classroom by giving each student the chance to be open and honest without revealing their identity. Can also be used to engage students in activities. You can reclaim attention with animated word clouds and live classroom voting. Results appear in real time within PowerPoint or directly on the web. Poll Everywhere makes learning active, social, and personal. This is an example of how a word cloud poll could be used in the classroom to visually engage students in learning.
The Australian Professional Standards for Teachers are a set of guidelines that need to be met as pre-service teachers and at different stages throughout our teaching careers. Poll Everywhere can help us to meet a range of these standards. APST 1.3 is to support students with diverse linguistic, cultural, religious, and socio-economic backgrounds. Poll Everywhere helps us to meet this standard as it is a resource that is responsive to students with different learning strengths and needs, and it is easy to use. Polls can be created in other languages, which can eliminate language barriers. However, only one language can be used at a time. Images can be used instead of written text for responses, which can be helpful for diverse learners. APST 2.6 is about using ICT in the classroom. Poll Everywhere can be used to deliver curriculum needs through various types of polls that can extend and expand student learning. It offers innovative and personalised learning for students. It also helps support student participation, and it is fun, engaging, and inclusive for all students. It encourages students to participate because they can remain anonymous. This can be particularly helpful for students who lack confidence. All students are able to participate regardless of their academic skill set.
I would also like to talk about the implications and limitations of Poll Everywhere. Moderation and automatic censoring are not available on the free option, so it's important to monitor your students. Responses cannot be restricted to registered participants only. Care should be taken in regards to sharing the poll's URL. Polls are limited to 40 responses. The participant who sends the 41st response will receive an automated message stating this poll is full and cannot accept more responses. All responses are, however, accepted in the paid plans. Only one poll can be active at a time. The presenter needs to be mindful that the poll they want their students to participate in is the one that's active. Young children can participate in polls without registering. However, an email address is required to register for an account and create polls of their own. This can be a cyber safety issue if students sign up with their personal email without teacher knowledge. Polls are locked after 360 days if no modification or response has been made. You can view polls that are about to lock on your My Polls page. We'd also like to talk about safety and ethics today. Your polls question, but not its results or responses, is indexed by search engines unless you disable this setting in the Settings tab. With Keep All My Polls Private checked, your polls are private unless you share the secret poll URL, which is also known as your web link, with others or embed the poll in a website. The presenter can't view the audience responses before they appear on the board, which can be problematic as the automatic censoring option is not available with the free option. Expectations need to be set with your students before using Poll Everywhere to prevent profanity and inappropriate responses. For security purposes, don't allow students to use their real names. There is an option for an anonymous response or screen name, which will eliminate the possibility of your students being recognised. Poll Everywhere does not allow text and images in the same responses, so it's important to reference any pictures you use in your polls in your PowerPoint. Other concerns. Standard text messaging rates apply, which can be up to 20 cents per message, dependent on your phone plan. Poll Everywhere is serious about privacy. If responses are sent via text message, the presenter cannot see the respondent's phone numbers, and follow-up text messages will never be sent outside the presentation. When the audience are typing their responses, capitalisation doesn't matter, but spelling and spaces do. This can be a concern for younger students who have lower spelling abilities. You can participate in a poll without downloading an app to your phone, as mentioned earlier. Responses are sent via text message or online. Poll Everywhere links to the ICT General Capability with the Australian curriculum as it enables students to investigate, communicate and create with ICT as they apply social and ethical protocols while managing and operating this technology. APST 3.4, which is Select and Use Resources, helps to demonstrate knowledge of a range of resources including ICT that engage students in their learning. By introducing students to Poll Everywhere, we become aware of a different way to access learning materials and gain understanding from less traditional means of resources. As a teacher, it is important to implement a range of resources in your classroom that engage students in their learning. Poll Everywhere is a resource that offers many types of polls and quizzes that promote participation. ICT resources, including Poll Everywhere, give the teacher and students a different way to launch, progress and evaluate their lessons.
Before you can create a poll, you need to register for an account with Poll Everywhere. Select the free K-12 option once you've registered. To create a poll, you need to log into your account and go to your My Polls page. Hit the Create button on the top left-hand corner of your screen and choose the type of poll that you would like to create. As mentioned earlier in this presentation, there are a range of different polls you can choose from. Input your question and responses. You can add another response by clicking the Add Option button under your current question, and you can add another question to a poll by clicking Add Activity in the bottom right-hand corner. Poll Everywhere can be used to create quizzes. If you want to mark an answer as correct, click on the little tick to the left of your response. You can also add images as responses by clicking on the photo icon to the right of your answer, and delete a response by clicking on the little trash can icon. Hit Create in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen once you've input your question and responses. A new page will appear, and you can modify the settings of your poll on the right-hand side of your screen and the visual settings like colour, font size and background by clicking on Visual Settings. You can even add a photo as a background. Activate and test your poll. If a poll appears green in your My Polls list, it means that it is active and you're ready to present your poll to an audience. There is a link you can follow to a video on how to create a poll. Create an account and give it a go. Once you've created your polls, you can embed them into your PowerPoint presentations by installing the PollEv Presenter add-in. Go to the Poll Everywhere website to download the add-in and follow the prompts. Once this has been done, a Poll Everywhere ribbon will appear in your PowerPoint. Log in under this ribbon and click Insert Poll Slides. Select the polls from your My Polls page that you want to insert. Start your presentation and you should see your live polls embedded into your presentation. Poll Everywhere is a resource that can be used to address APST 6.2, which is to engage in professional learning and improve practice. You are doing just that by viewing this presentation. Educators can use Poll Everywhere to extend their professional development through hands-on exploration of the different aspects of the resource. They can then pass this information on to their colleagues. We have provided you with a list of resources that you can use to further develop your ICT skills in relation to Poll Everywhere. For more information on Poll Everywhere, you can visit these helpful websites. There is also a YouTube channel that regularly posts tutorials on how to use Poll Everywhere. Please find the link included above. There is also a support page on the Poll Everywhere website that offers support articles and contains a list of frequently asked questions. Thank you for engaging in our presentation today. We hope that you have gained a better understanding of how Poll Everywhere can be used in the classroom and that you feel confident to use this ICT in the future.